My name is Eames Demetrios, and I'm here in St. Petersburg to be part of opening this gallery. And I take care of the work of Charles and Ray Eames, and so it's a real honor and thrill to be here. I will admit I'm a bit biased when it comes to favorite industrial products, because I think a lot about and work a lot with the chairs that my grandparents designed. So you see some of them back here. But I'm going to choose this chair, which is the aluminum group chair, because what I love about this chair is that you can only design it if you knew exactly how you're going to make it, and not just how to make it, but exactly what the workers were going to do. Because if you look here, you can see there's a material that goes into the channel on the side member of the chair, and the same thing's over here. So when you put the fabric in there, or in this case the mesh, you have to turn it inside out, and then you have to strengthen it with this, and then strengthen it and keep it separated with this, and keep it separated with the base. So you could only design that chair if you knew exactly what the men and women in the factory were going to be doing. So it's a real understanding of materials, and in this day and age when everything is so digital, I think it's really important to kind of celebrate that. And I love that about this chair, that Charles and Ray really knew that what every worker would be doing when they were working on the chair. And I think that that's so healthy, and it just makes me happy every time I see this chair. Plus it's very comfortable and it's very beautiful, but that's why I choose that one. So my favorite building is one that I think about a lot. So I'm not sure I'm giving the most random answers to these questions, because they're not random. But I helped take care of the Eames house, which my grandparents designed in 1949. They moved in and we visited as grandchildren, and I think that really made us feel strongly about taking care of it. What was great is that Vadim, who's one of the founders of this gallery, he has on the wall here this picture of the Eames house. This is from a catalog that his father brought back from this show, and so it's pretty cool that this picture was part of what inspired him to become an architect, and here it is on the wall in St. Petersburg. I mean, how great is that? And so, for me, the house is very beautiful. It's very simple, but I've been there literally thousands of times, and I've spent so much time there, both as a child and sort of taking it all in. And it's filled with magic, and it's still filled with magic. But now I understand it. You might say intellectually a little bit more, the ideas behind it, the philosophy. So the more I get to know it, the more I want to help take care of it. And so the Eames house, I would say, is definitely my favorite building out there. The project is not so difficult. It's just difficult to pronounce, and it's called Chimerics there, and it's a global work of storytelling, and it's really trying to let people have almost a virtual reality experience out in the world, but very low tech, just with words and imagination. And it's kind of like a novel where every page is in a different place. And so what I want to do is basically tell a story in this way to help people have people go to places and imagine it. But even if they don't go to them, imagine them in new ways, because obviously not everybody can go to all the places that we have. But the other part of it is that it helps people look at the world fresh. It's very and I think that's a very important concept today, is that we get all very caught up in our habits and the things that have brought us to this place. But I think there's so many challenges in the world, and looking at the world in a new way is going to be really good. In terms of what I can say to Russian designers, there's a huge amount for me to learn from Russian designers, I would say. But I think that one of the things that Charles and Ray's story teaches us is really the importance of being willing to go on the design journey and to just surrender to it and to see where it takes you. And I think that sometimes in design, people get so caught up with the end result and the form, they sometimes aren't open to all the places they might be able to go. And Charles said that the role of the designer is basically that of a good host, anticipating the needs of the guest. And what I love about that quote, standing here in St. Petersburg, where it's cold outside and there's a lovely opening going on here, is that is that this idea of being a good host is a very universal idea. It exists in every culture in the world, and certainly exists here in Russia and here in St. Petersburg. The people want to take care of their guests. And so if you imagine the goal of design as when you're designing a chair that everybody is your guest, it becomes a very human and universal goal. And being a good guest can be how the chair looks, or how the object looks, or the house looks, or whatever. But it also can be the value of it. You know, is it worth, in terms of the work the person has to do to pay for it, is it worth it? But also, will it be there for a long time? And does it look beautiful? All these different qualities, and you can make a whole list. And that's a very, I think, a universal way of looking at the concept of design as being a good host. So I think that may be something of interest to the designers, Russian designers or designers here in St. Petersburg.